Alexander the Great, the unbeatable conqueror of the old world, staring down the mighty Ottoman Empire centuries apart, yet locked in a fight that could shake history itself. Two titans, two empires, one question: who'd come out on top? What you're about to hear isn't just a yarn, it's a war that never was. Until now. Stick around, because the answer is far more astonishing than you could ever imagine. This is the war historians never told you about. A clash of titans across time. Prepare to witness history rewritten. Now, let's set the scene. It's 323 BC, and Alexander, fresh from crushing Persia, turns his eyes west. But hold up! What's this? A twist in time opens up, and there stands the Ottoman Empire at its peak, 1520 AD, under Suleiman the Magnificent. Two unstoppable armies, split by nearly 2,000 years, now face off across the plains of Anatolia. Alexander declares war, his hunger burning to take this new empire. Suleiman, calm and proud, calls his men to battle. The stakes? Nothing less than everything. But this isn't just swords banging shields. This is a clash of sharp minds, big dreams, and worlds meeting. Who's got the edge? Let's dive in. First, Alexander's camp. The Macedonian war machine is a sight quick, fierce, and fearless. His phalanx, armed with those long 18-foot sarissas, is a wall of spears no army can easily push through. His companion cavalry, led by the man himself, strikes like thunder, smashing sides and stirring chaos. He's got the speed, clever moves, and Alexander's golden record that he has never lost a fight in his life. But on the other hand, his army's small, 50,000 at best, and worn from years of marching. Supplies are tight, and loyalty, though strong, gets tested by fatigue. Now the Ottomans. Suleiman's got numbers hundreds of thousands, from skilled Janissaries to swift Sipahi cavalry. Their cannons, great guns that could crack cities, bring a power Alexander's never seen. He yields order, firepower, and a rich empire's stores. However, they're slower, less quick on their feet, and Anatolia's rough ground could tangle their march. But Suleiman's a sharp leader too. So how's it kick off? Alexander, always bold, sends a herald to Suleiman's court in Istanbul. "Yield or face me," he demands. Suleiman has heard stories about this fine young man, but himself a proud and steady, laughs it off. This fine warrior dares test the sublime port. Raise the banners. War's set on a crisp spring morning for our tale. Alexander marches from Persia into Anatolia, aiming to claim the Ottoman heartland. Suleiman rallies his troops, vowing to guard his realm. But what happens when old steel meets new fire? Stay with me. Day 1. Alexander hits fast like a hawk. He meets the Ottoman front near the Granicus River. His phalanx locks their line, while his cavalry sweeps round, slicing through brave Sipahis. 1,000 Ottomans fall. Alexander loses just 100. Suleiman's scouts race back, stunned. "This man moves like the wind," they shout. By day 3, Alexander's got a foothold, but the Ottomans roll up their cannons. A great roar tears the air, 500 Macedonians down in a flash. Alexander's never faced this. He stops, thinks again. Can a quick mind outsmart this new thunder? Let's see. Week 1. Alexander switches tactics. He steers clear of open fields and pulls the Ottomans into the Taurus Mountains. Tight paths suit his phalanx, keeping the guns at bay. Night attacks hit Suleiman's supplies. 2,000 Ottomans fall in the shadows. But Suleiman's sharp, he digs in at key towns, forcing Alexander to siege or starve. Week 3, the Battle of Cappadocia. Alexander fakes a retreat, then swings his cavalry into the Ottoman rear. Chaos, 5,000 Ottoman losses, 1,500 Macedonian. But the Ottomans hold steady. Suleiman's cooking something big. What's his next play? Month 1. Suleiman sends in his Janissaries, the tough, loyal and fierce. Alexander meets formidable resistance at Ankara. Ottoman cannons roar, tearing through Macedonian phalanxes. Janissary discipline halts Alexander's cavalry charges. They storm Alexander's camp near Iconium, pushing him back. Macedonian losses rise, 3,000 gone. Alexander's men tire, spirits wobble. Month 2, Ottoman cannons pound hard, dropping another 4,000. But at Ankara, Alexander's hammer and anvil cracks an Ottoman flank, 7,000 fall. It's a standoff. Ground edge? Ottomans know Anatolia's twists. Alexander's learning fast, but it's costly. The battlefield becomes a chessboard, each move critical, each decision deadly. Casualties mount drastically on both sides, with neither willing to yield ground. But a single mistake will soon decide everything. Month 3. Winter bites. Supplies fade. Who cracks first? 6 months in, the fateful clash. The battle outside Constantinople. Alexander, down to 30,000 weary but unbowed, meets Suleiman's fresh reserves, 80,000 strong and rested. Alexander, sensing his moment, attempts daring night raids, psychological warfare and deception, his genius at full display. The Macedonian tactics shine at first phalanx firm, cavalry darting like lightning. It looks unstoppable. Yet the Ottomans, resilient and resourceful, used their numerical superiority and knowledge of the terrain, laying ambushes and exhausting Alexander's supplies. The months of attrition take their toll, but both refuse to retreat. In a climactic battle outside Constantinople, exhaustion meets determination. Alexander, weary but indomitable, clashes with Suleiman's fresh reserves. The Macedonian tactics initially seem unstoppable, but Ottoman cannons and sheer manpower finally tip the scales. Alexander's legendary army buckles, 20,000 fall. In a twist no historian anticipated, Alexander's legendary army faces its first devastating defeat. The unconquered king falls. But is that the end of his tale? So who claims the day? Suleiman might, his cannons and endless ranks proves too much for Alexander's worn-out force. The Ottoman Empire stands tall, their firepower and grit turning the tide. Casualties? Tens of thousands on both sides, with Macedonia losing more. The land? Anatolia, battered but Ottoman still. Yet even in defeat, Alexander's legacy of courage and cleverness burns bright, showing that sometimes history's greatest fights go beyond winning or losing. What do you reckon? Could Alexander have turned it around? Or was Suleiman's time too strong? If you loved this clash of giants, smack that like button and subscribe. More epic scraps are coming. Tell me below, what's your take on this twist? Let's keep this fire going.